apart from Ali's clowning up to this point, which he especially did in the early rounds, the only thing he's shown that is kind of a remnant of the past is the quick flicking jab. The clowning can go only so far. You have to wonder how much this man really has left as a fighter. Because if he's out of retirement, which he is, he owes one thing for sure. He owes either Jimmy Young or Kenny Norton a fight. The public has a right to expect that fight if Ali is going to collect big money out of retirement. September of '66, when Ali had trouble with Mildenberger, the German southpaw. And Mildenberger felt so proud. I suspect Evangelista is beginning to feel proud, too. But Mildenberger was a difficult fighter. He was a southpaw. Southpaws give Ali trouble, and he was very game. There's a good left that snapped Evangelista's head back. Evangelista throwing leather, but not getting through. I want to advise our stations that we'll have a station break at the end of this round. Wild, amateurish left. Evangelista's nose is bleeding. That comes from Ali's flicking left. Stage of Ali's career, you have to wonder what would happen to Evangelista if Ali went to work. Seeing Ali miss with those lefts over the challenger's head, you can see how he's not nearly as sharp as once he was. Counting down the end of the round. We'll return after this from our local station.
Past Mayweather's head, and that's typical of what happens when you try to hit Floyd with the right hand. But Harold Letterman gave the round to Cotto, so he has made a mark in the fight. On Letterman's card, anyway.
Not a lot has seemed to have worked for Cotto, but he keeps working. And, you know, sometimes that pays off.
And he's a heavier boned guy than Floyd. He's basically bigger.
Well, you know, when Floyd fought at 130 in the Olympics, Cotto fought at 140. So there's a natural little bit of a size difference between them now.
Right hand down the middle by Mayweather. Good jab by Cotto.
Now Mayweather is standing in the middle of the ring. And why would he go to the ropes if he has this advantage here?
Mayweather hasn't really stopped McGill's jab. And the result is that he's bleeding from the nose again for the third round in a row.
I think that's a little embarrassing for him, for Mayweather, who, you know, is so proud of his boxing ability and his ability to out-jab almost every opponent.
Good left hook by Cotto. Improvised it from an odd position. Mayweather smiling at him in there. And that grin quite often means, okay, you got me a little bit. Don't think you're actually making any damage here. Lands the jab again. Mayweather shakes his head.
And suddenly Mayweather is the stalker.
And he whips Miguel with a right hand. Quite an unstoppable weapon for Mayweather in his last few fights. The right hand inside by Mayweather as Cotto missed the jab. Miguel Cotto on his feet here in round 6.
But I don't know if that's a fight he should be fighting. Let Floyd rest. I think he should keep pressure and keep working behind his left jab. But he starts fighting like that, started reminiscent of the first fight with Margarito, where he's burning up too much energy.
Now, suddenly Mayweather is the stalker, and Cotto is backing up and becoming more of a counterpuncher. Is he doing that by design, Emmanuel, or does he have to?
No, under pressure, that's a natural tendency of Miguel, is to start boxing when you put a lot of pressure on him off the top. See, before Floyd wasn't applying pressure, but Floyd is now starting to be more physical, being more aggressive, and as a result, Miguel is taking off now. And Miguel doesn't fight just well this way because he's going to get tired.
He managed to.
7, Ali against Evangelist. Ali hardly needs identification. And watching this storyline develop, you have to begin to wonder how much, if anything, Ali can do anymore. Because at this point in time, as a matter of self-respect, you would have expected him to do something. Look at this. Cicchini, the referee. Ali had made a brief complaint. Now trying to clown it up. I don't like this, and I'm sorry, frankly, that it's on the air.
Let him go. Get off his head now. Get off his head. Don't hold him, Ollie. Try to box him. Get off of him, Ollie. Don't hold him.
There you hear it. The end.
Harold, how do you have it halfway through the
Okay,
fight?
Jim, I've got it 4 rounds to 2, 58-56 Floyd Mayweather. I'll tell you, Jim, in rounds 5 and 6, I thought Miguel Cotto outfought him. I mean, he took him on the ropes in round 5, and he banged him real good. And in round 6, even in the middle of the round, Floyd Mayweather went to that, cross your hands across your heart defense, leaves his head open, and Miguel Cotto got him all bloody. So, I mean, I just thought that Miguel did more fighting in 5 and 6, got himself into the fight a little bit. 4-2, Floyd Mayweather.
Wonder when's the last time any scorer anywhere had Floyd Mayweather losing 2 rounds in a row.
Well, I haven't. I've given Cotto just the last round, but he's giving a good account of himself against a master boxer like Mayweather.
That right hand was blocked. That right hand was blocked. That right hand was blocked. Cotto's doing a much better job of blocking the right, at least in this round. Little uppercut pop inside for Cotto. They seem to be amused in Mayweather's corner that he's bleeding from the nose and the mouth between rounds, but judges see that stuff, and some of them score it.
But, you know, the one thing that's always been a negative against Miguel, he has facial features that tend to swell up and bust up so easily in fights, and I'm surprised that right now it hasn't gotten too bad, but his face still looks with a lot of whelps around.
He got in 2 good body shots, which I think were the best connected punches so far in this round. A right and a left to the body by Cotto there. Mayweather's slowed down his punch output right now. May step it up again soon, but for the moment he's looking at Cotto and trying to get a beat on exactly what Miguel's doing now. And there's the Mayweather flurry.
And there was a time when Mayweather didn't throw those kinds of meaningful 2 or 3 punch combinations that he's doing now. It's like he's going from being a hip-hop fighter to a rap fighter.
Stop.
Did Mayweather stop sweeping the right hand, or has Cotto found a way to block it better, Emmanuel?
Well, Mayweather's never been that effective. He landed a few times, but that's never been. In fact, he hasn't really found a signature punch to hit Cotto with throughout the entire fight. Normally shoots a little short right hand, leads through the center, but they wasn't working with Cotto, so he abandoned that. He hasn't found a good punch yet. Jab. Then the closest he's get is that right hand, sweeping right hand, but that hasn't been that effective neither.
Do you think he's surprised by all the movement? Miguel bouncing around on his feet side to side.
Yeah, definitely. You know, when I was talking to most of the reporters and stuff going into the fight, and I told them I thought 71 was ridiculous. It should be maybe 75. And this justifies what I was saying. These are 2 world-class fighters.
Left hand shot to the body by Cotto. Doing it.
We've just had a repeat of an old scene. It happened in the Ron Lyle fight. It happened in the Jimmy Young fight. Ali's brother Rahman just came up right behind us, yelled to Muhammad Ali, "You're blowing it, you're blowing it." He's not blowing it. While a couple of rounds might be given, in my judgment, to Evangelista merely on offensive effort, the basic truth is that Ali has used the left jab in most rounds to score whatever scores have been made, and they've been precious few, in truth. Can you remember the glorious fighting machine that Muhammad Ali once was? You see this. Maybe the Thriller in Manila was the greatest fight I ever saw. Frazier, apparently in command after the 10th round. The resurgence of Ali, when, as he put it, it was the closest thing to death. And Joe couldn't come out for the 15th round. What a battle. That fighter is going through this now.
Shots in round 7. Mayweather 5 of 18. Cotto 4 of 14. We're into round 8 of a scheduled 12. And Miguel Cotto is not yet out of the fight.
A rare right hand that landed pretty well on Mayweather's chin.
Cotto got away with a low blow right below the belt and hammered it against Mayweather. Another right hand shot to the body. Mayweather's allowing some body shots here, which could be a factor later in the fight. Boom! Cotto's putting a lot of impetus on it. Good left hook. Semi-uppercut by Mayweather. Cotto takes it well. Big uppercut by Mayweather with the left hand. Now he's found another weapon. Emmanuel, he comes back to it again.
And this is what he's been looking for, trying to find a good punch. And I think he's found it's a left uppercut. And this is what's the challenge with fighting Floyd. Going down the stretch, Floyd thinks so well when he's tired. And this is going to be the challenge because often Miguel has fell apart at this stage mentally.
Well, we've seen two excellent adjustments so far in the fight by Mayweather. Early on, he started sweeping the right hand, landing it around Cotto's left glove, the guard which was up against his chin, and then now, in the last minute, those 4 left-hand uppercuts along the ropes. But Cotto makes his mark, too. What a determined effort by Miguel Cotto. Cotto. Mayweather landing back, but Cotto is the one who's putting hard leather on his man. This fight is evening up.
Mayweather hasn't lost a round this clearly and solidly for some time.
A clear win in this round for Miguel Cotto.
Right way down. And it stung Ali, as a matter of fact. This is the 9th round, would you believe? In this bout is that it's a long, long time from September to May. As May comes, the days grow longer. So do the fights.
All right, let me have you stop punching. Step back. There you go. Step back.
This is the 9th round. When you see those wild amateurish lefts of evangelistas, that you can determine the quality of Ali's opponent. And we have no intent to denigrate the young man. Believe me, we don't.
All right, let me have you. Get off.
personable youngster. And he's had an opportunity to pick up a big payday. Crowd oohed at that left of Evangelistas, but it did not score.
Let him go, homie. All right, let me have you. Step off on me.
Coming to the end of the 9th round. We'll be back in just a moment.
Drama in Las Vegas. CompuBox numbers in 8. Mayweather 13 of 75. Cotto at 20 of 65. 3 rounds in a row that Cotto has won on Harold Letterman's card. When was the last time on any scorecard anywhere that Mayweather lost 3 rounds in a row? Cotto's body shots in that round began to sound like Canelo Alvarez's body shots against Shane Mosley.
Yeah, but he hasn't really been that effective getting Floyd's body twisted enough to the center where he can effectively hit him to the body. But it's just the pressure that he's putting on Floyd, and Floyd can't do much himself.
Mayweather again with the right hand around Cotto's guard. Straight right hand. That one was blocked. Cotto's defending well in this round. Hasn't gotten much done offensively. Left hook by Cotto. Jab by Cotto. Mayweather with a body shot.
Now Cotto is fighting off the ropes. This is a real crowd-pleasing fight.
I got you.
Regardless of the score.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's the most crowd-pleasing fight of Floyd Mayweather's career.
Well, you know, I haven't saw him have to do this since he was an amateur. To make the Olympic team, he had to win a fight like this with a guy named August Sanchez. And he came through when he had to. But I have not seen him have to do this as a professional fighter. Toughest fight was Jose Luis Castillo, the first fight. But never in this level right here.
Cotto's a better fighter tonight than Castillo was in that first fight.
You know,
but Floyd is still dangerous in these late rounds. He thinks too well still.
You know,
that left uppercut again.
Yep.
Mayweather missed the dose.
Ali would like to do away with him now, but you saw that wild missing right. Jimmy Young is in the audience. I think he would love to have a little bit of Ali tonight. Jab and then another. Not the jab off the jab, but one blow at a time. There was a third. Not combinations. Get your hand off his neck, Ali. Referee Cicchini told him.
Come on.
So we have the spectacle of the young fighter from Spain, trains in Segovia, about 70 miles north of Madrid. Beautiful town. Spectacle of him at age 22, chasing Ali all over the ring, not scoring, but Ali in an exhibition will do so much, I suspect, to undo the whole of what he has built in reputation as a fighter over the long years.
Let me have you. Stop punching. Stop punching. Step back.
The end of the 10th round.
Get off this guy. Get off of him. Step off him. You're holding now. You're holding.
We'll be back in a moment.
By CompuBox count, only 87 for Cotto. But that's not what the crowd sees, and it may not be what the judges see. Harold, how do you have it through 9?
Okay, Jim, I got it 87-84, 6 rounds to 3, Floyd Mayweather. But you know, Jim, I'm really disappointed in Miguel Cotto because in round 9, when he could have just closed up this fight, made it as close as possible, he didn't fight. He didn't fight the 9th round, and it killed him. I mean, I would have gone out there and punched like a son of a gun around 9, and Cotto gave it up, and it's a damn shame. 6-3, Floyd Mayweather.
Frankly, he might have been exhausted. This is a tremendous physical effort for 31-year-old Miguel Cotto, who's been through so many wars, has had so many more difficult rounds in the ring than has Floyd Mayweather.
That's very, very true, Jim. You know, those two-blood monster beatings by Margarito and Pacquiao. But he's fought back from them, and he's fighting back here, and he trusts his new trainer.
Stop.
We'll see if the stamina problems that have bedeviled him in the past do here in the last third of the fight.
You know, even though he lost, and we all know about the 2 fights with Margarita and the fight with Manny Pacquiao, he still suffered a lot of punishment in the fight with Cotto and with Zab Judah.
Yeah, but, you know.
And to some degree with Mosley. He took a lot of punishment. And Torres when he was done. So he's had a lot of rough fights.
I don't see any lack of will. Anything that's happened to him in the past that's relevant to what's happening here tonight.
I agree.
He's
Stop.
He's fighting as hard as he can.
He's making Puerto Rico proud. Lands the left.
You could say he's making Floyd earn his $40 or $45 million.
Great job with his left glove blocking those right hands. Now Floyd lands the left.
So Floyd is still, as I said earlier, is very, very good going down the stretch because his ability to fake. But in all of those punches that Miguel is throwing, very, very few punches land clean. It created excitement. But outside of the jabs, it's very few punches land really clean and that effectively.
Judges are more likely, even the best judges, to score what you throw more than what you land. It's very hard to see on the fly which punches land cleanly and which ones don't. We have the advantage of the television camera.